In this section of the presentation, I'm going to take you through some of the interactive tools which are part of the Smart Notebook 11 or that were found on the web. And let's start. In this page, I've put a few of them together. Interactive in the sense that when you click them on the smartboard screen or on the computer screen, something changes in them. And let's go ahead and look at a few of them in more detail. So this is a pairs game, a memory game. And as you can see, the content is content that I've put in. You can put any content in by clicking the edit button. I've password protected this particular work so that it won't be changed, and you can choose to do that or not. Once you're inside, you can then either type or you can drag and drop pictures inside the cards, and up here you can change the number of pairs that you want to have, and that way you can apply any content to this activity and let the kids play it in class. So this is like sort of like a sorting game. It's called Vortex, and this is Vortex uses images. And in this case, I set it up so you need to decide if the picture belongs to Hanukkah or to Pesach. If you put it in the right place, I'm sure you've seen it, then it goes in. But if you put it in the wrong place, it's going to spit it out of the Vortex. And once again, if you click Edit, you set up your Vortex labels, and you can then allocate images. What I want to show you though is that if I would go and look for a picture that relates to Pesach, for example, Shankbone, you can drag that image directly into one of those places and it puts it in there, and now I just need to change the category here. So it's quite handy in that respect. There's no need to drag and drop. We just put it in there. Let's find another picture, let's say of the temple, of the menorah. So if I drag this, again I just click and drag, come over my activity and go to the box. See, when it's yellow, that means you're dropping it in the right place. It's in there, and all it takes is to change the category now. Okay, and my images appear up here. So it's quite handy, and this option of dragging straight from the internet works in most of those activities. So this is, again, it's a preset activity inside the Smart Notebook software, and you set up a bunch of pictures and a bunch of answers, and when you stop that, then you get an answer and you tell who that person is. Okay, and it will tell you if you're right or you're wrong. Once again, you can edit. That's where you set up all your labels, and again the number of labels. And there's a few other options there. Play around with it. So in case you want to have some sort of like a game word, then I put some dice here, and you can roll them and let the class come up with the longest word they can do using those letters. Just a little activity, fun activity. You've got kind of like a hangman activity where there's a need to guess the animal, and you can set up clues, and the kids just okay. And like in all of them, if you click the edit, you can have the style of what it looks like. You put in your definitions here, and you get the idea. Okay, this is from the Smart Exchange website. They have all sort of interactive features there, and this one basically just generates a random word. So I thought that you can use it as writing triggers, for example. Just a nice little tool that I found. And by the way, if you like it, you can always just copy it straight from here into your own work. It's called a word generator. So timetables, and you can say multiples of 6, and reveals all of them. The measuring tools are situated here. And what you can do with them, let's just throw this away. You can add a protractor, for example, and you can use it to measure certain angles. So, for example, if I put it down here, I can takes a bit of playing around. Oh, there we go, it's on this side. So let's turn it around again. I can then measure that angle for the roof, and I can shoot out the angle. So 39 degrees. So if you have any idea for activities that can use that, then it's there for you. There we go. If you're using the thinking hats, then I found this activity about the thinking hats, some information about it, some thinking questions. If you learn about reading clock and another clock, then you can play around with this clock and the dials. And here are links to various websites which have smartboard activities. There you go, that is for this section.